Dr. Olatujoye's product speaks for itself. And like I said, if you have not bought his book, please go and buy it. He has quite a lot of projects currently going on. And he will also give us the honors by explaining some of those projects and also talking about it as we bring him up. Please, let's celebrate the man of the moment that is going to be talking to us about operations.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to know how you keep your staff.
Thank you.
Please, let's celebrate him. Welcome so much, sir.
Oh, thank you so much. Please, let's have our seat.
Sir.
Thank you for having me this afternoon.
I didn't know. I didn't see it.
And I believe we are going to be spending some few time together talking about business and talking about real estate generally. And I want to really appreciate the organizers of the event, because I believe that when you set up an event to empower people or to give out information, it's actually a very good thing, because information is the only thing that makes one person to be different from the other. So if one person is making money than you do, just know that the person knows what you don't know.
I did tell you.
And for the person to know what you don't know, it means that that person has gotten information that make him to know what you don't know, and is now implementing that information and is now using that information to make money. Please, let's appreciate the organizers of this event for making it possible. So basically, within the short time that we're going to be spending together, there are some discussions that we're going to say that is just a truth about what we do, and a real fact about what we do. So it happens that when I want to believe everybody here are real estate practitioners. Let me use that word. Not everybody, okay. Practitioner means that maybe probably you fall within the angle of a developer, you fall within the angle of the sales realtor, you fall within the angle of being an agent, or whichever, at least. Even if you are selling materials, you are part of the ecosystem, you know. But I believe there are so many faces I'm seeing here. I've seen a lot of my friends. I've seen Solis. I've seen everybody here that I know they are basically into the real estate business and real estate development. So let me start with a question. And the question is funny. How many of us want to make heaven? Eh? I didn't see people raising up. If you want to make heaven, raise up your hand. For me, I want to make heaven. Eh? The question is funny, right? When Zylus marked 5 years in business, God gave me a story. And that made me to feel that, you know, when you're in a business and you keep doing the same thing every time, you just realize that it's almost being seen as if you are running a ministry as a pastor. Because you start seeing that maybe it's spirit, or maybe it's God, or maybe it's angel. You just realize that you are receiving words on the next step to take. I don't know if all of you if you have experienced such before. You may be doing something will just speak to your mind. Take this step, take this step, take this step. So if you have gotten to that level of your business, it means that you are no longer doing the business alone again. It means that the Holy Spirit or God is working with you to give you ideas on what to do and what not to do. So when Zylus marked 5 years, God gave me a story to define what the business we are doing is all about. And the story is about question on, do you want to make heaven or you want to go to hellfire? And I answered the question that there's nobody that would not like to go to heaven now. I would like to go to heaven, no. I would not want to go to hellfire. So God now gave me a story about the business. That the business we are doing is like embarking on a two journey. The first one is to go to heaven. So what are the characteristics of going to heaven? If you are opportune to be part of the people, at least you have read it in the Bible, you've seen some of the things, you've heard some of the things from the Bible, because I don't think any one of us have visited or maybe dreamt about how heaven will look like. But at least with the knowledge we have gathered, we realize that they said, number one, the road to heaven is what? Why is it narrow? It's narrow. So if the entire population of Nigeria now decide to go to heaven, we know there will be traffic. There will be pressure. So why is it narrow? You want to say something?
There are criteria that you must meet.
There are criteria you must meet. Very good. You said there are criteria. And you know some of all these criteria. What are the criteria? Just give us two.
You have the right standing with God.
You must have the right standing with God. Any other person? You must be born again. You must be holy. You must believe in Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior. So, the road to hellfire is what? So, this is the road to heaven, and this is the road to what? A lot of people pass there, and easily, everybody are flowing because it's easy road. Everybody is flowing and going and all that. So, God now gave me an idea of the business. That some people do this business, and some of the decisions they are taking doing the business is actually going to take them to hellfire. Why some people run this business, and some of the decisions they are taking will actually make them to sustain the business, and you have eternal life. You know that the end goal of heaven is that you continue to live. You have eternal life. So some people will have a sustainable business that will keep going, that will keep going, that will keep growing, that you can also hand over to generation. But here, by the time you get to hellfire, you get burnt, and the entire of your life ends. So, in the business we do, we all know some of the things that can easily take someone from the journey of the business, and you just realize that in a short time, maybe 5 years, maybe 7 years, maybe 8 years, you just realize that the business you have set up is no longer in existence. And you have spent a lot of money in terms of building the brand. You have put your face to the brand. You have put your family face to the brand. You have put your wife face to the brand. And at the end, the whole brand will just go down the drain. We all know all this. We all know all these things. You sell property to customers. You know as a developer that the product is not good. You're having the mind that, what's there? Maybe we'll go and ratify it. Ratification is possible. And at the end, you run it the first year, the second year, the third year, the fourth year, the fifth year, you now realize that ratification is difficult to do. And you are not able to meet up. People that you have sold to will start dragging you. So a lot of issues that has been done. Some people collect money from people without returning it back, and or without even giving the house they've bought or giving the land they've bought. At the end of it, you just realize that a time will come, you are going to be dragged, and the name you are trying to build will go down the drain. So we need to build the business. One of our guys used to say that no matter the lie you lie in this real estate business, in 3 years' time, the lie will be exposed. You will need another lie to cover the lie you've lied 3 years ago or 4 years ago. So as a business, we all need to understand in this our real estate business that number one thing in your mind that you must put in your mind and follow through is to do things the right way. It was late a bit for us because we got to know all these things when we have run for 5 years. So now we are now asking for repentance. You know, if you commit sin and God forgive you, you know it is still possible that you are still going to pay the price of that sin despite forgiveness. Some of the land that we sold before, now some of them have turned to bush. No infrastructure, nothing is being done. So if you are just starting now, make it to be your mandate or your plan that any estate you launch, you want to launch the estate and do the infrastructure of the estate. Because when you did not do infrastructure, it's just a matter of 4 years or 5 years to come. The people that bought into that estate will remind you that what you sold to them is with infrastructure. So anything that will make people to drag name online or drag anybody, we have to avoid it. And by so doing, we will successfully run the business, and you realize that the business will move from generation to another generation. So let's now go back to what we need to discuss. I will talk briefly about the story of Zylus, how we started, and how we get to where we are today. Sincerely, will I say the road has been so sweet? Will I say it has been so rough? And I would want to reserve the answer. But I can tell you that once you get back on this journey, the first thing you need to put at the back of your mind is that no going back. Because a time will come, you'll be feeling that, if to say I know, I would not just become maybe a realtor, or let me be collecting my salary. But a time will come where you are also going to enjoy. So prepare your mind that a time will come, there will be challenges, and a time will come, there will be good things to enjoy. We started the business with just 500,000 naira. I remember that time. I left AIICO Insurance after working for 13 years in AIICO. And it was done on me that I needed to resign from AIICO. Because I've worked for 13 years. I grew from agent to become, I don't know if anybody have passed through insurance here. I grew from agent to become unit manager, now to become agency manager. For you to know how tough that would be if you have passed through insurance. But during that course, I was not even given a Corolla to appreciate. So apart from that, I now started looking at all those babas in the office. We have some age that are close to 60, 50-something years. And I was opportune to look at what they have been able to achieve while walking that journey with AIICO. I'm not saying AIICO is not good. AIICO built me to where I am today. Everything I have achieved today, I will say that because I passed through AIICO insurance, I'm able to build what I have, what I've become today. So, when I realized that the system has been structured the way it is, I don't have control to change the system. And the system is working for their brand. So, I have to benchmark myself, seeing myself in the age of Mr. Aka. There was a man in our office that time. The man is called Mr. Aka. So, I benchmarked my age with Mr. Aka. That let's even assume that I am now Mr. Aka. Mr. Aka is me. So, and I look at it, what are the things Mr. Aka has achieved? If Mr. Aka will need to buy a car, he will have to collect loan from AIICO. So a lot of things was not okay for me. And the first year of becoming agency manager in AIICO, I was in top 10. Out of about 250 agency manager, the second year I was in top 10 because I know how to sell. So to cut the long story short, I realized that no. This is not what I want for myself. I need to resign from here. So when I resigned, a woman came to meet me. That Tosin, they have been saying all these things, but the thing is that a lot of them are afraid to ask you. But because I'm close to you, I will ask you. Tosin, you sure AIICO shaking it? Sorry. Oh, Tosin, you sure AIICO share by? He said it in Yoruba. That are you sure that it is not devil's work that make you to resign? Because you are doing well in this place. You're already making money. Small. Why will you resign? But I decided to resign. So while I was doing SWOT analysis, I realized that the only business that can make me continue to add value to people, as if I'm selling insurance also, is real estate. So I ventured into real estate. Fortunately for me, I have a guy that worked with me in AIICO as my agent. I'm a unit manager. So that time I was a unit manager. His name is Biodun. He's the one that founded Crystal Homes? How many of you know Crystal Homes? Otumba. So he was the one that established Crystal Homes. And I was so later, after 2 years or 3 years, I started seeing Biodun, doing well, seeing and him, because the money quickly get to him, and he was putting on agbada, putting on ileke, he started doing all those things. So it's obvious everywhere that this guy don't make up. I have to now meet Biodun. Biodun, what's the way? Let's do this thing together now. I'm interested in real estate. Maybe when I was unit manager, now under me you are working. I'm the one paying your money in AIICO. So that time, Biodun advised me that I should. Why not, Tosin? You have been so good to me because while I was in AIICO, you helped me a lot. So come in, let's do it. And before you know, I only had 500,000 naira with me. So the advice I was giving was to use that 500,000 to rent an office. So we started an office from Mockland Plaza. How many of you know Mockland Plaza in Ikeja? Few people. So we started an office in Mockland Plaza, and I was only able to rent a single office to myself, workstation. So a single room to myself. So the way we arrange the office, there's a workstation, there's a, what do they call it? Is it workstation they call it? The one that mounts on the wall. Okay. Yes. So in the same room that we started from, that's why I see a lot of us nowadays. You guys are starting very well because you want to get a 3-bedroom flat, you have big reception, you have all those things. But that time, it was a single room. Secretary is seated here, receptionist is here. The MD CEO is here. In fact, whenever somebody comes to the office to ask for, I want to see the MD. It means that I'm there. I will be hearing. I want to see the MD. I will not be able to, I'm the MD. Because all of us, we are in the same room together. So that was how we started. So the first month, we paid for 3 months of the office. The first month, I used the entire money to pay salary. The second month, I pay salary. The third month, I pay salary. I did not make any money. Because what happened was that Biodun said, I can start by selling his own products. So if I start by selling his product, then I'll be able to make money. So, to cut the long story short, we started with Oga for Property. Oga for Property Investment Limited was the name we started with. How many of you have heard that name before? Oh, Oga for Property. So we started with Oga for Property Investment Limited. That time, I was so convinced that it was Holy Spirit. You know, I like spirit too much. I was so convinced that it was Holy Spirit that gave me that name. I was even telling people that, see, Oga for Property, we are becoming the Oga of all property in Lagos, in Nigeria. So we started. A time comes, and I realize that some people are accepting the name. Some people are going against the name. And some people feel that this guy is proud. Why would you call himself Oga for? And meanwhile, I wasn't doing that just because of the meaning they are giving to it. But I thought when I was thinking about the name of the company, Oga for Property came to my mind. And I set up the business. So I now realize that anytime I go for an event, number one, side effect of the name, if that is the right word. Anytime I go for an event, I will see all the top ogas that I met in the real estate business. That means I'm already feeling it that this business knows you. I will meet all of them seated. And they will now want to announce my name or call me to come and sit in front. They will now say, let's welcome the MD CEO of Oga. I will almost dodge myself under the table. Because I don't want them to feel that this guy, where you get, in fact, there was a time our account officer from the bank just called me and he started laughing. I said, why are you laughing? He said, sir, with this, it's just about your name we discussed the ability today. That all my guys are just laughing that Oga about that. So I now realize that more. If care is not taken, this name could affect us. I've already run the business for almost 2-3 years. Branding, everything done. If care is not taken, this name will affect us. Some people will accept it. In fact, international market was not even finding difficult, funny that a name looked like a sentence. Oga for Property, and now mistakenly, and instead of me to stop there and say Oga for Property Limited, and now still also further added investment, and now Oga for Property Investment Limited. So the name is like a sentence. Before you know, it was done on us that we have to change that name. And with this, when we started with an accountant, a realtor, is it realtor management officer or something? Because we have to get the portal from an existing portal system that is being run. We deploy, and the person that is managing realtors is also the one. That time it was Latif that we employed. So Latif was the one capturing transaction. We didn't start with Wasiu because we had an accountant before. But when that accountant resigned, she only gave me 1 week. So we're under pressure to recruit the next accountant. That was when Wasiu came. So the two of them started from zero, from Allen Avenue. And Latif was in charge of capturing transaction. Wasiu was in charge of making payment for commission and issuing receipt for clients. Then Yinka, I don't know if you know Yinka. Yinka is the one at the reception. So Yinka joined us as a copper. So we're only paying Yinka maybe 30,000 naira or 20,000 naira salary. So if you know you want to start slim and reduce your budgets, you can also start your reception, some of this work with a copper, and be able to use them for a whole 1 year with a lesser cost. So we started, and the time come that we need to change the name. So I was driving, even before then, I was struggling to be able to get a property to sell. So there was a particular vehicle that I was able to buy while I was in insurance. So I had to use the vehicle to collect loan from the bank, from somebody, from one of our customers, one of my clients in insurance. So because the man is into loan. So he gave me, I think he gave me about 6.5 million naira loan that we started with, and I dropped the car with him. So we collected the money, and fortunately for us, we were able to see a land to buy in Ibejuleki. So that was our first estate. Kenny was still doing all this construction that time. He has not even started real estate. So he was the one that mounted the signboard for me from the entrance to Ilagbo. So now it was now dawned on me that now the car I have that I'm using to manage myself has been used to collect loan, 6.5 million. The entire money collected as loan, part of it has been used to buy land. The other one has been used to pay for office and setup. I'm left with nothing. The first month, no sales. The second month, no sales. The third month, no sales. The fourth month, no sales. I was jumping bike up and down. So somebody now told me, I wanted to meet with Rems that time, but because we are not there yet, Rems, no, we have criteria. If you did not meet up, we cannot sell for you. Somebody now told me I should go and meet BRG. I should go and meet BRG, that maybe they will say. So when I went, I didn't meet Benga, I didn't meet Dr. Aspire. I met Chief Coach. So maybe Chief Coach saw the way I was talking to him. If we did not settle for this guy will get problem. So Chief Coach saw it that, this guy is really aggressive for us to sell for him. Chief Coach now told me that, don't worry, that he would talk to his people, that he can assure me that they will sell for me. So fortunately, I was able to get Aspire's number. The rate at which I call Aspire. I'm sure that if he's sleeping, he will be dreaming about me, that this guy will kill me. Because I was following up with him. So fortunately, BRG now accepted to sell the products. So that is the reason why I'm a bit connected with them. Not just because of the fact that they are selling, because I'm also emotionally also connected. Because the first sales we made in Ilagbo, because at the point I have to tell God that, see, me and you, if you know that this business is not the business I'm supposed to do, please don't let me make sales this month. Just make me not make sales. So that by the beginning of next month, I will know that me and the business will depart. More no meet again. I will go and do other business. I was having a section in School of Estate. I just received a call from Aspire on phone. That Oga Obati, I'm in class. I just closed one transaction for you now, 2.3 million. 2.3 million? Ah, Omo. 2.3 million. They didn't know what is wrong with me in the class. I just ran outside. I started celebrating 2.3 million. I've never seen a money of my own before that comes into my account that is 2.3. So that thing break the record. So before the month ends, we're able to sell about 11 point something million. I said, wow. And that time I was still having one leg in AIICO, one leg in real estate. The following month again, we made 13 point something million. Ah, my other business, it makes sense. Now this business will go there. So the total was around 20 something million. The following, I just get to AIICO like this. I told my guys that you just continue meeting. I just ran to head office. I wrote my resignation letter completely. And I resigned. So after resigning, I now face the business of real estate properly, squarely. And before you know, after that time, a lot of things started changing. So we started putting the staff together. And me, I didn't really go to school like that. So if you're opportune to have PhD, master, BSc, all those qualifications, you are lucky. Why starting? For me, I only have OND when I started. At least at all. Nah, ain't bad. And we started using street knowledge. And that is why I want to tell you today that there is difference between street knowledge and school knowledge. Street knowledge and school knowledge. There is difference. The knowledge you get from school, if you are smart enough, you will convert that school knowledge and street knowledge together and use it to do something good for yourself. But most times, the school knowledge has been programmed that when you have the school knowledge, you have to use the school knowledge to work. Mm-hmm. And you realize that if you're not careful, you use that school knowledge to work for people that have the street knowledge. Mm-hmm. So the street knowledge will teach you what school knowledge cannot teach you. So I started using street knowledge to learn some things. In the sense that we are supposed to have an accountant, I recruit accountants. We are supposed to have an auditor, I recruit auditor. So we started using that to build the system. So at the point, I now realize that the business is not about system and structure. The business is about system and structure. You need to develop a system yourself. And even if you bring consultants to help you develop it, sometimes the consultants will need your guidance or will need your advice to be able to structure things for you because the consultant has not even done what you are doing before. So they need your guidance to also be able to do what they need to do. And you know very well that attending also conferences where you see motivational speaker talking system structure, you put the system. I've seen that in the real time, in the real sense. It's just a matter of exposing your face or your eyes to certain structures and system in your business. But how to now structure and put a system in the business is not about you. It's not about you. And it's always coming from the angle of what it is that we are lacking in the business that you need to implement a system to control. What is it that we are lacking in the business that we need to put system to control? So most time, experience will teach you. Because by the time you start making one or two mistakes, and you are trying to correct those mistakes, you will now start realizing that the experience of that mistake you made that you correct will start building you. And at the point, you'll be built to a level where you now realize that, no, I have a structure and I have a system. So I talk about experience. So in gathering this experience and know how things are being done, it's about you having a mentor. It's about you having somebody that has passed through the line that you want to embark on. And you look at whoever that qualify or that meet up to the standard of mentoring you or giving you advice on the job, and you find a way to connect with that person. For someone like me, when I wanted to connect to a particular mentor in this business, one of the conditions I was given is to buy a Rolex watch. And for me, if I'm going to get information from you, if I'm going to come to learn from you, number one is that I always have that humility to learn from you. And whenever I'm with you, I won't tell you that I know more than you. I allow you to be the one talking more. Then secondly, there's no price I can't pay for mentorship. You know why? The information that will be given to you alone can save you 1 billion, can save you 2 billion. And what you could have used a small amount of money or a small appreciation to your mentor to get, you will lose it more by the time you get to the field and you start working. Tosin, if I'm going to tell you how this thing works, go and first bring Rolex watch before we go talk. Did I buy the Rolex watch? Can you answer the question for me? Yes. It's yes, Abby. I bought it 100%. I bought a Rolex watch of $70,000. And I gave. Sir, this is my appreciation to show that I am so committed in learning from you. And I delivered the Rolex watch to him. But have I made gain from doing that? Massive gain. Massive gain. Because even the Lekki Havana project we launched last year, the idea came from that mentor. That Tosin, I did the research. I paid a lot of money for this research. And I see that next year, the product that I will sell is a product of middle class. So if you can develop something that will be at the middle class level, you are going to sell. I say, okay, sir. I'm calling my guys together and say, let's plan, let's think. I will strategize and come up with that product. And I wasn't surprised about the product shake everywhere and the product sold. So what am I saying in essence is that this experience is very important, because experience that you gather yourself will make you to pass a long journey. But experience you gather from a mentor, the journey will be short. Because maybe it takes the mentor to pass through that journey of almost 5 years to gather what he will just tell you immediately. And you now realize that the information the person is giving you, you are just meeting the person today and he's giving you that information. But what the information that person gave you, the person have actually used a lot of years to be able to get to that level. So having somebody to guide you, having somebody to mentor you, having somebody to give you directions on how to go about it is very, very key in this business. And the growth you could make in this business will be determined by the people you are moving with. the people you are connected with, the kind of discussions that you are having with those people will determine if you are going to go far in the business or not. Because this business cannot be run alone. There are some informations that you need that you may not have it. You must have somebody or some people that you are consulting that is guiding you in the business. Then, you must also understand how to structure things. Structure. You know you can start real estate business with zero balance. It's zero. It's zero naira. You agree? How? Eh? By posting other people's products. That is number one. Number two. JV. How? Because if you know how to structure things, you can run a real estate business easily without even anybody, without you having to be saying you are looking for money to start. And it's just two legs. Somebody that have what you want to sell, the product you want to sell, and you as a company selling for this person. I've seen a lot of us not collaborating enough. If you know you want to go into real estate and you feel you are ready for it, why can't you look for someone like Toby that have a land somewhere and go and meet Mr. Toby to give you 10 plots out of the land that you want to sell for him, and you structure an arrangement with him and you sell for Mr. Toby? Or you look for somebody like me and you sign up an arrangement. So you have 40, you have 50 hectares here. Give us 10 hectares now at this price. Let's sell for you. With that, you can enter into real estate with zero balance. And when you start selling to people, you realize that the price you are selling is different from the price that I will give you or that will give you. And with that, you start making your profit margin. And as you are doing allocation, you are making payment for the land. So with that, you don't need any money to start that, because you are starting with zero. And that's why I say you should appreciate Madam. Because this information, yes, you may have it, but it may not be as raw as the way you are getting it now. So you must be able to structure your business. You must be able to structure anything you want to move into. And even to the level of the construction that we are doing, it requires a lot of putting structures in place. And by so doing, it means that, as I said, some of all these people we recruited in the business that are working for us, they are not people that we plan from the beginning to recruit. So as the situation arises, we are bringing, at the moment now, we are planning to recruit a treasurer. You say, what will a treasurer do in real estate again? How many of you have treasurer? Nobody. So the time arises, we look at it that we need to get a treasury, head of treasury. The worst part of it is that nobody will give you manual on how to run it. Will you come and meet me now that Zylus, give me manual on how you run your, and I will give you. I will not give you now. But I can only advise you. You buy Rolex. If I want to. If I want to. But if I don't want to, you cannot force it. So what I'm saying in essence is that as you are growing in it, you will get to know. Because at the point we realize that we are losing a lot of money. We are losing a lot of money because I see that sometimes money will just be in our account doing nothing. And from my finance knowledge, I see that this money can be used, can be managed, and make additional money I'm telling you. Why should 1 billion, 2 billion, 1 billion, 500? I'm not saying that money is in our account too. Why should someone like Toby now? I'm sure he's a big man. He will have such money. So why should such money be lying fallow in your account and nobody is managing that funds for you? You are losing a lot of money. Do you know that the interest rate you make per day on your money that is seated in your account can fund your lifestyle? You can be making like 2 million naira every day.
Depends on the amount
Depend on the amount, yes. Depend on the amount. On a daily basis, and you just be cashing out. So, there's no way I can tell you more than what I have told you now. But I'm sure if you are going to learn more from the business, it's either you get a mentor and you follow the experience. And I can tell you 100% that having a mentor to support you and guide you in decision making makes the journey not too long before you get some things to achieve for yourself. I'm sure, and I'm also, as time goes on, we can always also relate. If you have any question, if you have anything that you also need me to, guide you on, feel free to connect. Me, I won't charge you money. I will not charge you less. I will not charge you less. Because I also have the part of me that give back to people. So the fact is that you always remember that, this man helped me when I started. If you wish, you can bring the layers. I will collect it. If you bring rollers. That's why sometimes, that during Christmas time, I've been forced to have a cattle ranch now. I have to go and employ Malam to start taking my cows everywhere. I have to go and build a place to put cow. Because during December period, I'll just see all my guys bringing cow. Last year alone, I collected about 27.
Wow.
From different people. And these are ways at which you can appreciate a mentor. It's more better than asking to bring money or asking to bring something. And I'm sure by so doing, we are going to be in the same business and continue to enjoy ourselves. I see that the sky is, how did they call it now? The sky is wide enough for all of us. Because when I was looking at the housing deficit in Nigeria, as at the last report is about 14.7 million housing deficit. And I look at it that 14.7 million, if each developer is to see, if you are still selling land and buildings, we are still scratching surface. We are not there yet. The opportunity is so wide. So there's no need for competition. Yeah. What we need is collaboration. Because I realized that 14.7 million, if each developer is to build 5,000 housing, how many of us have done 5,000 houses? Dr. Adosilion, 5,000? We have not. I beg, most stop all this gara. Let's collaborate. See, I was opportune to be part of, let me tell you this, I was opportune to be part of a section on Friday last week where we have the Director General of SEC, Security and Exchange Commission, the President of Mortgage Bank, a lot of them like that, Federal Mortgage Bank, a lot of them, pension, and we're having strategic meeting. And this guy was telling us that, see, we have the money. In fact, the most annoying part is the Federal Mortgage Bank. I won't say annoying. Because the man was saying that, what are you people looking for up and down? We just see all of you developers, you just be doing things. People are not coordinated. If you are talking about money, we have the money. In fact, our job is to fund developer to be able to provide housing for the end users. But we realize that all of you developers, you people are not serious. Some of you, if you even ask for your book, you don't have book to. You don't have anything to supply. You don't have book. You don't even if you get to your office and check your structure, it's not even looking. So, dividing this by 5,000, let me write it in full. 14.7 million. Is this 14.7? Yes. Divided by 5,000 units. 2,940. Developers. We need 2,940 developers that will do 5,000 housing each to solve this housing deficit. Ibola. You better let's collaborate and get mass land. And all of us use the mass land to have access to federal mortgage of billions. And we all move to site and start working to deliver. We have housing deficit. Till today, nobody have gotten solution to solve housing deficit or to reduce it. Who has that solution? It is because government themselves realize that problem is thick. So they don't leave us with that problem. Say, if they like, any way be. And do you know what? It's a big concern. Because our population keep increasing every day. Keep increasing every day. This thing will keep increasing. Although it's money for us, right? The more it increases, the more we have product to sell, and the more we give people to buy. But the fact remains that even the 2,940 developers that will collect 5,000 housing each to build try build 100. Build 100 and see how it is. So we need more of collaboration than competition. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. What's there? Lekki phase 1. Kilo 1, what's there? Is it not Lekki phase 1? It's small thing. Let me go there and just build an apartment or more. You go chop king. If you have not built that capacity, system, and structure to do that. So, expansion minus capacity is problem. But expansion with plus capacity backing it up. You just see that it will just blow. People will be looking at, how are you doing it, this guy? This thing much, now how you take drum? It is because you have taken time to build your capacity. You have the muscle, you have the finance, you have the team, you have the contractors, you have the engineers, you have the architects, you have the quantity surveyors, you have the team on site doing all those things. But you that you don't have, if you want to go and do the same thing that person is doing, you just see that you collapse. So the first thing is, first of all, set that system in place. What it is that I want to embark on. What process, that is what system has. What process do I need to put in place? And who are the people do I need to do what I have? So then that is just the definition of that structure you are looking for.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I think that's the last question.
Thank you.
Okay, so please let's celebrate them.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
In actual fact, things, access that they paid millions for, we all got it in this room. In actual fact, I wanted to ask Oga a question. I couldn't ask anymore because I've heard so much from him. I've heard so much from Oga Zylus. I've heard Oga Adozilion. I've met them in the industry, and I want us all to really appreciate them. Wait, I'm coming to that. I want us to appreciate them. Thank you so much, Oluwatosin, because what you have done today is impactful, if you all agree with me. He has poured himself, and I'm sure that's what Toby is about to do. Olga, Simon has poured themselves. They're giving us access. They're giving us information that is not done in any business. It's called what they don't teach you in Lagos Business School, any business school in the world. And I really want to appreciate you, sir, for giving us, you didn't ask for anything. You just came. And please, I want all of us to help us appreciate them.
Thank you.
They just came.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've known Oga from Oga Property from all the prosperity.
Don't take,
including my Oga side, Oga, and including Toby. And what we are learning today, I haven't learned it in 10 years. And I told him, I said, there are issues that we are seeing in the development space. Can you come and talk to us so that we don't make mistakes and even help us learn from your mistakes? So thank you so much, sir, for coming, for pouring yourself into us. We really, really appreciate it. It cannot be paid for with money. But in future, you're going to look at everyone in this room and you're going to say that you raised champions today. So on behalf of everyone, I just decided to say a big thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Your own lesson is coming. I better make it fast, though.